everybody. For the video explanation, I have my team behind you. So then I've got, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of our team members here today. Good morning, team.
Morning.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, today we're gonna hit the ground running. We have a safety topic that really affects all of us as a team. Sometimes we have some that are more back of house, some are more front of house, but this is really something that every single one of us should have on our minds at all times, and that's retail theft prevention and security awareness. We get a lot of strange people off the side of the street coming in and looking at things or taking walks through the facility or asking for restrooms. We also have a lot going on at one time, right? So it's a very difficult thing to manage sometimes, is watching people and completing our job tasks at the same time. So I'm hoping today's training will give you some tools to be able to keep in your pocket at all times, and in that we have just a level up in our security awareness and our theft prevention quote-unquote program, right? So my first point of action is just to make sure that everybody understands what I'm talking about when it comes to understanding retail theft. So I'll give a basic definition here of what I mean. Retail theft includes shoplifting, employee theft, and organized retail crime. Okay, so that's just a very basic overflow of it, overview. The impact of theft results in financial losses, increased operational costs, and potential risk to staff, customers, including physical harm during escalated situations, increased stress levels among staff in general, whether there's an activity happening or not, and a diminished sense of workplace security. We work really hard on supporting you as a team, and then also as team members supporting each other. And so I want to make sure that, especially with that quote-unquote diminished sense of workplace security, that you have the tools in order to feel safe in your workplace at all times, and or know that you have the resources with other people supporting you, and then also of the company supporting you if something were to come forward, right? So a couple of things. Identifying common theft techniques. I'm using my paper today because I want to make sure to be extremely thorough. I spent a lot of time going over this information and making sure it was thorough for you. So excuse my paper here, but I want to make sure I don't miss anything important for you guys. Identifying common theft techniques. Tactics used by thieves. I've got a couple of them here that I see commonly in this facility, and then I'm always aware of. Concealing items in clothing bags or strollers. That's underneath strollers. That's having a child hold something. That's reusable bags, right? That's 6 layers of jackets that we wear, right? That's loose fitting jackets. That's a hot day with a windbreaker, right? Why are you wearing that in here? It is 95 degrees in that atrium, right? It's tote bags that are being tied and closed, so we can't see exactly what's in them. Maybe they were empty when they came back in, right? And then now they're holding them around and putting things in there. It's okay to ask to see a tote bag, right? It's not something common that we do, but if you're getting weird vibes, call management and we'll see what we can do in order to do theft prevention, right? Another tactic used, switching price tags or packaging, which we don't really see often here. Luckily, there's a lot of packaging in the gift shop, but price tags are pretty steady. This is one reason why we ask you to always to scan each tag, because you should be knowing the product that's coming through there, and if you have questions, then you're asking someone else, right? And then another tactic that is used is distracting employees while an accomplice steals, right? Hey, I need some help over here. I've got a zillion questions. I actually don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not looking to buy today. I came in with a partner. Where are they? Oh, they're just wandering around over there. Don't worry about them, right? So just when we have people come in, that's us noticing who's together. That's, we have children separated from families and running around. We keep an eye on them, right? We know when they're separated. Obviously, they're children, they're minors, it's a communal responsibility. But if someone comes in and they're starting to go apart, people don't usually shop apart, right? So that could be a big trigger for you to say, hey, what's going on there? Suspicious behavior might include avoiding eye contact, lingering without purchasing, or repeatedly visiting the same area, to maybe check out cameras to make sure that, oh, just in case they saw me grab it, they might think I'm putting it back, things like that, right? Another part is carrying the oversized bags, wearing bulky clothing that is inappropriate for the weather. Genesis 70s has a few measures in place already. That looks like our existing security measures look like we have surveillance systems, so we've got cameras strategically placed. When we do displays, we are looking at those cameras to make sure that we have as much visibility as possible. We have locked display cases for high value items, right? Mostly in the gift shop for those hundreds of dollars or rare plants. We used to have one in here. Now we don't bring in that high material where we would require that anymore down in the atrium because that case has been compromised, right? So moving forward, we now don't have a risk in the atrium with a locked case. We do regular inventory checks with Matt on all of our products, so then we can make sure quickly to see what's missing. We have clear anti-theft signage to warn potential offenders that we have surveillance and that this is not an area. This is an area where you're being monitored, essentially, right? And then we do staff trainings, so we can recognize suspicious behavior and we can respond appropriately. Now, I'm going to get into a little bit more what our roles are in stopping theft, right? Handling suspected shoplifters. As employees, you are expected to observe, get as much detail as possible, monitor the situation, alert management immediately, right? You need support in this, and especially if we're going to approach a person, we need to have more than one person making that approach. We need more than one person knowing, hey, this is the information I have, and these are the steps I'm going to take forward. So then we can keep you safe, physically safe, right? Notify a manager immediately of suspicions, even if you don't know for sure that someone is going to do a theft or complete a theft, but that way suspicions, trust your instincts, right? Suspicions tell us a lot. And if you feel suspicious, provide as much information as possible to your manager, including individual appearance, behavior, and actions. Avoid confrontation. Don't confront a suspect who, or someone who you suspect of shoplifting to prevent an escalation, right? That's the two-team part. That's where management comes in. If you witness a customer concealing an item and are comfortable and confident with confronting the act, simply ask them if they'd like a basket, or ask them if they want to hold some of their items at the counter while they shop around. That just says, hey, I've seen you, without saying, hey, I've seen you. Would you like some assistance? Because I'm going to continue monitoring, and when you come out, you can check with me, and I will check with you what you have with you to leave with, right? I believe I prevented a theft last week doing that, bringing the items to the counter. They didn't come back to pay for them, right? But they were holding them around for a long time. So it could be something as simple as just disengaging and rerouting, right? Management's responsibility is we're going to engage support. We're going to ensure that another team member is always present for safety and witness purposes. We're avoiding physical confrontation. We're going to approach them calmly if and when the store policy allows. We're going to introduce ourselves. We're going to inquire if they need assistance. This serves as a deterrent and a de-escalation tactic. Do you need some help? We're friendly right now. There's no suspicion, right? We'll follow protocols. If a theft is confirmed, we'll follow store procedures. We'll contact law enforcement. We have to put in a report that we're reporting the theft, essentially. That is a requirement of ours. We're not going to attempt to detain an individual. In the end, we're going to debrief and document. After the incidents, we're going to document the event thoroughly, which is why all of your information that you've collected while I'm not present is important, right? And we're going to ensure all employees involved are supported and debriefed to enforce safety practices. Okay, I feel like we know this, we've done this before, right? But just a re-engagement. A customer service is a deterrent. I want you to know this is another reason why, not just because we want people coming back and we want them to see our friendly faces, but we want them to know that we're engaged with them for more reasons than selling product. Right? For information, for theft prevention, security, safety. So a proactive engagement, greet and assist customers promptly. We're really good about that wherever they go. And we have a presence. We're maintaining visibility in the store. We've got video cameras. We've got staff placement that's thoughtful. We have the sales floor covered. And we've got staff movements to discourage theft. If you're overwhelmed in your area and you're feeling like something's going wrong and you need support, you call someone out there. Okay, I'm okay with pulling you aside real quick and say, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm going to interrupt you real quick while you're talking with the customer. I just have to touch base with my employee and they'll be right back to you. Could you step to the side, please? What's going on? Right? It's an easy way. I can take over a lot of friction from you, but I need to know from your instincts that something might be coming Emergency protocols, steps to follow. We're going to maintain clear communication with team members and management. If theft escalates into a safety issue, we are prioritizing evacuating employees and customers to secure the area, right? Customers are very important. Get them out of there while we safety first. Ensure first aid support is readily accessible. We've got everything ready for if we need it. Cooperate with law enforcement or security personnel upon their arrival. And then first and foremost is reporting is going to happen pretty immediately. From management, I'm going to get as much information. And I'm repeating that because that is going to be the full circle part of it, right? That's how we're going to close the door or the gap on a situation that's happening. Last part of this is reporting procedures. We want to make sure that there's clarity. We have to ensure all staff understand the procedures of submitting a report by following these following steps, okay? Initial reporting, that's telling us with all the information. Incident details, provide a clear, concise account of the situation, including the time, location, individuals involved, and any actions observed. I talk to text a lot. Open your notepad, talk to text, right? You don't have to be on there. What are they doing now, right? I don't know. Communicate that to, if you have a 2-person at the register, who's your support? Is it Kayla and Maggie? Maggie, if you see something, you tell Kayla. Kayla sees something, she tells Maggie. Automatically, we've got the information starting to be logged, right? Documentation, so management will fill out an incident report. Escalation, management will escalate the report to our senior leadership, which is Kelly, in law enforcement, ensuring employees are kept informed of the next steps. We are also most likely reporting to our insurance, which is another reason why the information and details need to be so certain. Insurance looks at that and will use those details. Doesn't always ask for more details, so the more details we provide initially will help us get paid for the items that are missing. And then follow-up. Jen and I can answer follow-up questions when you have them, you know, when your adrenaline's running and you're wondering what's going on, or right now as the information's settling and things are lingering. So let me know if you have follow-up questions, whether it's right now about the training or if you need further details of what needs to happen if an escalation happens. It's a lot of information, but it's nothing that we don't know. Does anybody have any questions?
You talked about contacting management and getting support. So maybe in going forward, implement things to discreetly communicate that the expediency that we need, so that we can have something in place that we're all on the same page. So when we say those things over the radio, it's immediately understood that this is the nature.
This happens.
Yeah. And there might be 1 or 2 things. There might be, but at least for that, we probably need something.
No.
And then incident report, I don't know, do you follow through with having the updated one down?
So I was a little bit confused because I had a bunch of electronic documentation that I had requested and I have saved in folders, but none of those seem to be like a customer incident report. So we just still use the hard copies that we found in the drawer in the hallway. So if there is an updated customer incident report, then I don't seem to have that electronic.
It would be a nice thing to have.
I'll get physical copies and we'll put them where where all of the other employee information is, where we hold the radios and things, and then that way you have a physical you can just grab and go if you need it. The question, I'm just going to repeat for the camera just in case we didn't hear you. We just wanted to make sure that the incident report was being followed through with appropriately, and then just the reporting, right, and getting management and the codes. So right now, calling management. Yeah. So generally, I've had a couple of incidences where I've come up. I can generally tell by your voice if you need something. Hey, Ariana, I need you to come and assist me in the gift shop immediately. Do you need me right now, or can it have it last couple of minutes? Oh, I need you right now. I have a question. Right? I'm gonna come right now. If you tell me right now, even if you can't give me details, I'm coming right now. Right? So I'm going to clarify that for that reason of what can I do, when do you need me, right? There's a couple of times, you're good. There's a couple of times where we had, hey, I need some help, and I've escorted people out of this facility, and I'm like, there's nothing we can help you with, unfortunately, or not even unfortunately, I'm just going to say, I'm going to go ahead and walk you out. It seems like there's a disturbance, and if you don't need assistance, then let's talk about it. Let's go out, right? That's something that I learned as management, is to assist them out the door while talking to them, so then we're in a safer spot out, right? If you have clarification questions, let me know, but always let me know if there's an emergency, and if you need me right then, I'm coming for you, okay? we're open.